In this video, I'll be talking about how to do a backsault. Before covering progressions, I'll be discussing backsault technique. To initiate the movement, the arms swing down as we squat to wind up for the flip. Then we reverse the motion, extending the hips and knees, and swinging the arms up to jump. Once we leave the ground, the knees lift and we tuck into a ball to rotate backward. To complete the flip, we extend the body or open out so we can absorb shock and land in a comfortable position. While jumping high is helpful, your ability to rotate is much more important. In fact, the backsault can be done with very little jump at all. The rotation predominantly comes from the arm swing and leg lift. Firstly, our arms swing up and stop overhead to initiate some rotation. Then our knees lift forcefully to add more rotational force, and we tuck into a ball. To maximize backward rotation, it's important the knees come to the shoulders rather than the shoulders moving toward the knees. The tighter you can tuck or smaller you can make the body, the faster you'll be able to rotate. While we want to rotate backward, we want to jump straight up or only slightly back 1 to 2 feet. Jumping too far back will limit the height of your flip. Other common mistakes include not fully tucking or swinging the arms, turning over one side, or throwing the head back. As twisting to one side can be a difficult habit to correct, make an extra effort not to do this when you're learning the backsault. Throwing the head back can be uncomfortable for the neck and reduce the height of your flip. While certain flip variations involve this, I encourage you to avoid it when learning the backsault. Rather, try to limit neck extension and learn to rotate from the arm swing and leg lift. Once you've mastered these skills and the backsault itself, then you can progress to variations that involve a different technique. Before working on the backsault directly, you should be comfortable with the backward roll. If you can do this, the following drills can help you learn the flip. The first step is to get familiar with the arm swing and jump. Practice jumping directly up, swinging your arms forcefully overhead. Remember, this arm swing is a big part of what makes you rotate in the flip. If you want, you can also practice lifting the knees upon leaving the ground to mimic the next stage of the flip. Remember not to jump back and try to land gracefully as you'd want to land a backsault. In addition to practicing the takeoff, it's important to develop the skill of rotating from the legs. Start lying on your back with your arms overhead. Then bring your knees toward your shoulders to make you rotate backward. You should be able to rotate forcefully and can use your arms to stop you from rolling onto your neck. To integrate the arm swing and better mimic the pattern of the backsault, you can start with the arms by your side and swing them overhead first. When doing this drill, ensure you don't lift the head or the shoulders off the ground, as this will fight against backward rotation. Remember, in the flip, we want everything rotating us backward. To perform the backsault, we want to integrate the previous steps. However, it's dangerous to try this alone on the floor. To help build to the unassisted backsault, you can practice it into a pool or foam pit. While this can help, not everyone has access to these. Additionally, the technique will be slightly different as you'll have to jump pretty far back to be confident you'll clear the edge. Another way to build to the backsault is with a spot. Even if you've done flips into a foam pit, you'll probably want a spot when first progressing to the floor. One secure way to do this is with 2 spotters and a martial arts belt. It doesn't matter how the belt's tied, as long as it's secure around your waist. Have a spotter on each side grip the belt. They can use an overhand grip to also assist with the legs, or an underhand grip for easier rotation. The way I like to spot is to ensure there's some slack in the belt and wind my hand up with pronation and internal rotation. Once I've got a good grip, I rotate my hand so it's in a comfortable position to lift. This allows me to continue holding the belt and use the other hand to help with the legs. Before trying the flip, do a few practice jumps with assistance from the spotters. This will help get everyone familiar with the timing of your jump. It's also worth leaning back to ensure they can support you and build confidence. When you're ready, you can practice the flip with their assistance. If you don't have a belt, this can also be done with a hoodie or even a thick resistance band. If you're using a band, twist the ends and hold them close to the hips. An invaluable tip when learning the backflip is to commit to every attempt. While it's scary, one of the most dangerous things you can do is bail mid-flip. If you commit, the spotters can generally get you to a safe landing. Whereas if you bail, it'll make it harder for them to assist you. It's also good to build the habit of committing for when you're doing flips on your own. While bailing doesn't tend to be intentional, you can reduce the risk of it happening by taking progressive steps, having spotters you trust, and committing to every attempt. Like any skill, the backsault takes repetition to master. You'll want to do a lot of reps with assistance to build spatial awareness and get familiar with the landing. When you're confident with 2 spotters and feel you don't need as much assistance, you can progress to a single spotter. To start, they can assist with one hand under the lower back and the other to help rotate the legs. As you build confidence, this can be progressed to just one hand under the back, and finally, having the spotter stand in just in case. At this stage, you've got the flip on your own. When you've developed enough confidence with a stand-in spotter, you can progress to doing it solo. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you did, you can show your support by leaving a like or comment, and make sure you're subscribed for future uploads.